What is up, everyone? Your boy Boyo is back with a new Pokemon video, and I got two Pokemon videos for you guys. And yeah, I got two Pokemon videos planned. Not really much to offer, but I mean, they're both about big topics. In today's video, it's going to be about Serena and why I think she will return in a Gen 8 anime. Okay, now you know how I'm always saying I'm not a toxic worshipper or anything like that. Okay. Obviously, I want to convince you guys that I'm not a toxic worshipper because I'm honestly not. And a lot of worshippers are toxic. I mean, it's like that Finny fan base, but anyway, I believe myself not to be a toxic person. But yeah, I try to be the best person I can be. So anyway, YouTube recommends me the Ash and Serena kiss scene for whatever reason. I mean, YouTube tends to do that with everyone. I guess YouTube just knows that I'm a worshipper. Some shit like that. But yeah, the kiss scene was recommended to me. And I just decided to play it all innocent in the comments. Saying, oh, I'm just here for nostalgia. Because obviously, if I made myself out to be an obvious worshipper, I was afraid that I'd get hate from people who actually still hate Serena. I do believe that the hate towards Serena has died down, but I'll get to that later. But yeah. I'm just here for nostalgia, and then some stupid ass bitch decides to fucking reply with, how can this be nostalgic unless they're like 6 or something? And, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Because if we're going off 2019 standards, that doesn't make any sense mathematically. Because if I was 6 in 2019, I would have been born in 2013, and back then, black and white was still airing. And, yeah, we didn't even get the kiss scene yet, so that comment makes no sense whatsoever. So you basically just made yourself look like a complete fucking idiot by commenting that. And I threatened to put her through a wall and all that shit, and I just start saying all this crazy shit to her. and she just doesn't give a shit. And I didn't even realize I was arguing with a girl until my sister pointed it out. I mean, if I would have knew I was arguing with a girl, I probably still would have been all harsh and whatnot. Because I don't like being compared to a fucking child. I don't like being called stupid. I don't like being compared to a goddamn child. I'm not some fucking 6-year-old. Most fucking 6-year-olds probably don't even understand the concept of romance. So why in the fuck would they ship Ash with Serena or anything like that? And seriously, like, what kind of fucking 6-year-old watches Death Note? You really think somebody with a fucking light Yagami profile picture is a fucking 6-year-old? What kind of fucking 6-year-old watches fucking Death Note? Death Note is a fucking mature series. Most people probably didn't even discover Death Note until they were like in their fucking teens at the earliest. I mean, most fucking kids under the age of 10 don't even watch mature anime like that. So again, you're just making yourself look like a complete and total fucking idiot. And we just keep fucking arguing. And eventually she blocks me, and then I start to get all cocky, think I won the argument. And then, boom, she fucking unblocks me. And she's like, oh, you're just mad because I made fun of your favorite character. No, listen, dumbass. I'm not mad because you fucking made fun of Serena. Hell, I was fucking mad because it compared me to a goddamn child. Any fucking human being would be mad over that. Well, any fucking human being who has fucking anger problems like I do would be mad over that. And sure, I mean, most people may not even give a shit because they're a mature fucking civil person. Well, I don't want to say that I'm not a civil person, but what you need to understand is that I have a long history of getting into arguments and being trolled over the internet. It's been happening ever since the summer of 2016 when I made a rant against Trump on my old channel. It's fucking bullshit, dude. And these fucking trolls, these fucking dickheads, have kind of molded me into the crazy person I am today. That's why I fucking get all angry whenever somebody talks down to me. It's because I have a long history of being trolled. So no. Fucking saying all this crazy shit that I did to this bitch does not make me toxic. It just makes me a fucking human being. Maybe not a perfect human being, but it makes me somebody who's actually fucking willing to defend themselves. So yeah, I don't believe myself to be a toxic worshipper. Now, let's actually get into why I think she will return. Let's start out with the whole concept of the Pokemon Gen 8 anime. Now, there have been 2 trailers dropped so far, and in those trailers we have seen a big map of the Pokemon world in previous regions. And that tells me that they're going to be traveling back to previous regions. And so, yeah, basically the whole concept, the Gen 8 anime, is that there's this character named Go. His goal is to catch all the Pokemon, but not every single Pokemon is available in one single region. So obviously to do that, you'd have to travel back to previous regions and whatnot. Just to catch all the Pokemon. So sorry, I'm really fucking gassy right now. But yeah, you'd have to travel to previous regions to catch every single Pokemon in the Dex, in the Pokedex. Okay. Just give me a second to think. Okay. So if you're going to travel back to previous regions, then it would only make sense that old companions and rivals return. Like, fucking Iris, she still hasn't returned yet. Paul, I really want to see Paul return. You can even bring back fucking Clement and Bonnie when they travel to Kalos, maybe. And there's just so much to afford to. I mean, not only could Serena return, but all these other characters that I brought up could also return. And so I think that we're in for a pretty good arc here in Gen 8. Now, if they didn't bring back Serena in the Gen 8 anime, it would not make any fucking sense whatsoever. Because obviously they're traveling back to previous regions. And so, if they're traveling back to old regions, then it would only make sense that they encountered old friends and rivals. It just sets up so many possibilities, dude. So, a little message to the Pokemon Company. If you don't bring Serena back in Gen 8, it will be a huge missed opportunity. I'm telling you. It would just be a huge missed opportunity to not bring her back. And from what I know, Serena is now in Hoenn. To pursue her dream of becoming a successful Pokemon performer. So I don't think they'll encounter her in Kalos. I think they're most likely to encounter her in Hoenn. And I think that she could get a cameo along with May. And they don't even have to bring her back as a fucking love interest. You could just bring her back as a friend. I mean, who fucking knows? Maybe her feelings for Ash have faded. I mean, who knows if she's still hanging on to those feelings. I really hope they don't bring back Max. Because I don't really like Max. He's a really annoying character. People say Serena's the fucking worst Pokemon character. A lot of people fucking hate her, but what you gotta understand is that there are far worse characters out there. Like Max, Miette, and that fucking rich girl from Season 1. I don't really remember her name, but she was a bitch, dude. She was a spoiled little bitch. And, yeah. There's just so many opportunities to bring back old companions and rivals and stuff. Like, they need to bring back Paul. They need to bring back Serena. Hell, they can even bring back fucking Brock and Misty. Although I think Brock and Misty have had enough screen time in the Sun and Moon anime. Because they literally got 2 fucking cameos. Isn't that enough? So I wouldn't mind to see Brock and Misty once. But they shouldn't bring them back multiple times just to make fucking money. And if they do, then they're just wasting their time. And them bringing back Brock and Misty will fucking... It will fucking steal the spot for other characters to return. It will get in the way of other characters coming back. Because the Pokemon Company wants to be greedy and bring them back for fan service. It will ruin opportunities, I'm telling you. If they just use Brock and Missy as a cash grab like they did in Sun and Moon. They'll just be wasting their time when it could be bringing back people like Serena and Paul or Clement and Bonnie. The possibilities are endless. Now, a lot of people are also saying that the timeline is going to be reset. I don't really think this makes any sense because normally when a new generation of the anime begins, here's what happens. Normally, Ash goes back to Kanto to visit his family and drop off his stuff, and then he goes back. And then he goes back to whatever new region he's traveling to. He goes back home. Then he goes to the next region. Now, if the anime is restarting, it would actually start him out in Kanto. All the way back from the very beginning. And if the timeline was reset, and they're traveling to all these different regions, and then it really wouldn't make any sense, because Ash wouldn't remember any of the old friends and rivals that he met in his previous journeys. And so if the whole timeline was reset, and then what's the point in bringing back all these characters? It's fucking pointless, you know? I mean, if the whole timeline was reset, Ash wouldn't even remember all those people. He would not remember them at all. And it would pretty much be pointless to bring them back. And I honestly think that if the timeline was reset, it would ruin the anime entirely, and I'd probably stop watching. I'm guessing a lot of people are saying this because Ash looks significantly younger. But no, that's just how he is drawn. That's just how the artists chose to draw him. So, yeah, I don't think Ash has gotten any younger. I think he remains at age 10. I just think he was drawn differently. That's, I really got nothing to say on that. Now, it really fucking bugs me when I see people hating on anything I love. Whether it be Dragon Ball, Sword Art Online, Serena, anything like that. It really fucking bugs me. But something I cannot fucking stand is when somebody fucking bullies you just for liking something you like. Like, people are like, ow, you like Dragon Ball, and that automatically makes you an autistic faggot. No! No. That is not how it works at all, okay? That's just such a fucking stupid argument. People who are like that, they're just bullies, they're fucking trolls. They have terrible lives. And I'm assuming that most of these fucking trolls have terrible lives. And they're unhappy with themselves. And so they take out their anger by sitting behind a fucking keyboard and fucking unleashing their hatred and anger on these innocent people that don't deserve it at all. I fucking hate people like that. Why would you bully somebody just because they like something you don't like? It just makes you a complete fucking asshole, dude. It makes you a fucking incompetent fucking asshole. And I hate these people. I fucking hate people like that. I want to fucking slam them on the ground and fucking beat them until there's nothing but blood on their face. I fucking hate people who bully people over stupid shit like that. It's just so annoying. I mean, why can't you just have a fucking civil debate? If you hate something, that's fine. But that does not give you the right to bully people just because they like something that you hate. I mean, learn how to have a fucking civil argument. Learn how to be a respectable citizen of the internet. You fucking trolls, okay? And there's so much more I want to say about this topic. So I'm just gonna take another think break. Okay. Really? Okay. So you remember how I said the Serena hate has died down over the years? I really think it has. Because on Google Plus, people would just fucking be like, oh, Serena's a bitch. Oh, I fucking hate this bitch. She's nothing. She fucking contributes nothing to the Pokemon series. Now, what I like about Serena is that she's a character with a dream. She has a dream just like all of us to become a successful Pokemon performer. And she's such a fucking sweetheart, dude. Don't get me wrong. She actually has fucking character development. She actually fights for what she believes in. A good example of this is when she challenged her mom to a Rhyhorn race because her mom didn't want her becoming a Pokemon performer. And she actually fought to pursue her dreams. I like Serena because she's a determined character. And that's what I like most about her. Does she have to return? Well, I really think she should. But even if she doesn't, at least they can bring back people like Paul. Or maybe even Dawn. I don't know. Just fucking do whatever you can to satisfy these fans. And again, I think it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't bring her back, but oh well. We don't always get our wish. Now, I made a post over on Google Plus once, and asking why people hate Serena, and some idiot came down in the comments. They're like, oh, it's because of the porn. She fucking idiot. You gotta be pretty fucking sick in the mind if you're gonna jack off to a fucking 10-year-old, okay? You gotta be pretty fucking sick in the mind to do that. But I mean, really. That is not a fucking valid reason to hate Serena, okay? It's not even her fault that this porn made of her. Have you ever heard of Rule 34? If it exists, there's a porn of it. You can find porn made out of just about anything. And it's not even her fault that she's involved in this porn. It's because of these fucking sick-minded people who are actually attracted to fucking 10-year-old fucking Pokemon characters. It's fucking bullshit. Okay? And I really do think the hate has died down. Because like I said, I've seen people hating on Serena left and right over on Google+, but whenever I see a post involving her on MeWe, I hardly ever see any hate involving Serena. Like, I never see people hating on her. I mean, sure, there are people hating on her sometimes, but it's not like constant like it was over on Google+. But I mean, yeah, most people who hate Serena are either trolls, Gen 1ers, or Poke shippers, or fucking Pearl shippers. But yeah, most people who hate Serena either ship something else, or they're a troll. And honestly, it's fucking bullshit. I don't think that the majority of the Pokemon community hates Serena. I've seen big YouTubers like Entity Maze and Pokemon Ranger Boy 12 who want to see Serena come back in Gen 8. And I really do think that this is a good opportunity for the Pokemon Company to bring her back. And so if they do decide to bring her back just once, then I think I can die happy. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I have one more Pokemon video coming soon. And, yeah. We'll see you guys then.